I almost forgot until the last minute. I oh, I don't even have my tooth in. I fell asleep, and I guess I was kind of dozing too. And it's like, oh my gosh, I am not ready for class. So I got everything pulled together at the last minute. So I'm going to work here a minute. Might as well put my computer screen up because I'm going to open up my Inkscape window here. With my golden rectangle on it. Check my document properties too here. Yes, sounds good to me. I can keep getting my stuff open here. Get my document. I want it in landscape to fit this. There we go. Whoops. Guess it wasn't even grouped together. And you're probably having a hard time actually seeing the outlines. So, and I got that for a reason. I'm hoping I can come up with I stopped talking, didn't I? Sorry about that. Just trying to get some things ready, and I guess I'll do the rest of it when everybody's here. So I guess I'm as ready as I'm going to be, although there's one other. Hi, Katia. Yeah, I was doing the same thing, Katia, and just at the last, all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I haven't gotten ready for class or sent out the link or anything. So I had to quick pull myself together. I'm still looking for, I'm still looking for a document, the one I didn't have for this afternoon. I'm hoping I can find it. Oh, there we go. Found my folder. I've got my folder. I can put it down below for when we're ready to use it. And I think we can give it a couple more minutes here. See if anybody else is going to pop in. One of the things I'm going to show you today is I didn't review how to join nodes together so that, hi Kathleen, welcome. One of the things I didn't do last week was review how to connect nodes together so that we could get our spiral all in one piece. And I also realized that there's another view we could work in to make it easier. And although I had the circles in all the squares so that each time we made a new rectangle, we already had the circle in it, I don't know why I didn't think, at least I don't think I did, have us keep the um, arcs in place. Maybe I did. Do you remember if I did that? I'm going to go over that for a minute and then you can tell me if we did do it last week. So let me zoom right in. I'm going to take a glance here, see if I can tell if you can, I guess you can see it. But it's probably the lines are super skinny. Can you see how skinny the lines are? And that's not because I have a skinny stroke. When you're working, I'm going to zoom real close in so you can see, you know, when you're putting these together, it's so much easier. I'm going to grab, this one is out of place a little. Oops, now I've got to ungroup everything. Let's see if I got it all ungrouped. Yes, can you see how I'm moving this one? And you can see how easy it is because the line's so thin. Yes, they are. It's easy to get them right over the top of each other where the boxes connect. And that's because I have changed my view. And I'm going to go up here and show you. Under the view menu, you have a display mode. And you'll see there's a normal, and the second one down is outline. And that's the one that I have selected is the, whoops, outline mode. I'm going to go up and click normal mode and look at the lines. There's my strokes. I'll go back again, view, display mode, outline. Now I have skinny. And we can work the whole thing this way so that we can really get the lines in place nice and connected. Yes, in some programs like Illustrator, it's called the wireframe view, if you've ever heard of wireframe. But they just call it outline view here. And that makes it a lot easier to get all these connected. You can see my squares, I kind of was working with them and they're all kind of all over the place, not in line. And so use the outline overlay. Oh, okay. Oh, I've never used that before. Okay. Oh, that works really well too, doesn't it? I don't know which I like better. I do like this one. Looks like my spiral is way big. I've played with them all a bit and gotten them out of position. And what I want to show you, and I don't recall doing it, it is easy on the eyes, yeah. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use it, in fact, right now. I want to get some of my squares out of the way. I'm going to actually take my spiral right off the page for now. Might not bother with the smallest ones. I think I'm just going to work with the squares tonight. Well, maybe I need to put those back under there. And I'm going to go over here. I'm going to take a piece of my spiral maybe to use. If you just want a piece of something, if you take your node tool, I can use the N key or select it, and you just select a small box around what you want to copy. I can do a copy now, and I can paste it, and it pasted way over here. Now I'll just hit the S key or get the selection tool. Now see, it's grouped. Has anybody had trouble with their grouping lately? I'm finding all of a sudden lots of things keep staying grouped together. And when I go to select one, it selects a lot more. It's not doing it right now. It was doing it earlier. Yeah, see, that's just, I'm going to use the menu object ungroup. You know what? I know why. Anybody know why that's happening? I know exactly why. So I'm going to select them again. I'm going to copy them. What did I do? The next thing I did was paste while I still had. Yeah, and I don't know if they've changed the way the selection tool works, that you no longer have to totally draw your box totally around the item or items you want. And that's what's happening, because I think before you always had to draw around the entire thing, and now I don't have to, and it selects it. Yes, that's exactly what I did, Katia. I left it selected before I pasted. So, yeah, I've got to select off it. Now I can paste it. Whoops, select off it. And now I can paste it and get my selection tool, and it's separate. I do that way too often. So now I'm going to take the spiral totally off and zoom in here. Now, one of the things about the golden rectangle is that the regular golden rectangle, you're basically rotating your squares you can rotate your squares every 90 degrees. And I finally figured out that's what, and I understand the reason why. That's what some of the videos I watched they were doing. Every time they'd add a square, they would um, rotate everything 90 degrees. Now see, it doesn't want to go right over the top. Let's see if I have my selection tool. I turned off my snap because you don't want the lines, I think you want the lines over the top of each other, not just next to each other, because we don't want two lines everywhere. Now I'm just going to take and pretend I have a rectangle down there where this first part of the spiral is. What I want to do now is to show you how each consecutive square goes. I'm going to, the other thing I've noticed too is if I select, even if I'm right on this arc, it's selecting everything. I'm using my node tool. And the same thing, if I've got the selection tool and select, I've got everything selected, but if I wanted to get just the arc, you know, if you double click, it goes to rotate. I'm going to go back. If I, however, triple click, I'm getting just the arc. Now, I don't know if we could do that before or not, but you have a triple click now where whatever you've got your node tool over, it'll select that, just that one particular section. And that's what I want. And I'm going to use, get my selection tool now. Whoops, no, I want to, sorry about that. I think I'm going to delete the rest of the arc. I just want the one arc because I'm going to show you how you would rotate it. So I want the whole square, including the arc, and I think I have it. I'm going to duplicate it. And then I'm going to flip it. I want my arc to continue down here. So if I just go up to my tools up here and do the flip the object, now I pull it down and I've got the next part of my arc. Now, yes, I have to make it bigger. What size do I actually want? The size of the complete width up above. So I'm going to select and get the width. Oh, that can't be the width. Oh, I'm in millimeters. No wonder, 33.531. I'm going to get into inches so I know what I'm doing here. There we go. I'm going to copy. I'm going to select it and copy the width number. And then I'm going to come down here and get this bottom rectangle. And I'm just going to copy up here in the width field and paste that number in the width and the height. When I pasted the first one in, it automatically went. When I paste the second one in, then without touching it again, I have to use the enter key. And so here I've got my, and if I could also have my circles in at the same time. So I would be copying, duplicating, moving it over, and flipping. Now the next one I'll flip side to side because it's got to go on up here. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to show you on the two what I do to connect them as I'm going. I'm sorry, I'm really whacking things. I guess I should have had a cup of coffee probably to help wake me up. So I'm going to make this next one. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to flip it. I didn't flip that right, and I know why. I'm going back. Started mentioning the 90 degrees in the beginning. Okay, I'm going to select the square and the arc, and I would have selected a circle if I had it in there too. Duplicate, move it down, and now still instead of flipping it, I'm going to, the first two underneath view and layer, your two tools, you can rotate it 90 degrees left or 90 degrees clockwise. I'm going to do 90 degrees left. And now I have that one. Flipping worked the same, but at the next point, I'm going to, that's where the 90 degrees come in. I use the align panel, then move more easily. Okay, yeah. Oh, I know why I didn't pull it over. It would need to go over farther because I don't have this in here. I should have moved it over to here. Then it would have come out right. Yeah, it's a heck of a thing when, when we're not quite all awake. And then on each part, all you have to do is um, with your node tool, select one. And the thing is, you want to go on at least two or three more at a time because you don't want to be copying and pasting um, the whole arc. And if I hold shift and select the bottom one, see I've got the two nodes for each arc. All I have to do is select around the two nodes. And up here under the menu object, you've got the join selected nodes. So I just click it, and now I've got one piece. I wonder if I can actually duplicate. I can't remember which direction I'm supposed to go now. But anyway, I could, no, because I want a new square. It would have been better if I had done this square, duplicated it, rotated it, and made it large as we did last week. And then once you get one or two past it, you can go back and connect this one, and then you go back and connect that one. Or you can just keep going and connect all these at the end until you get the entire thing done, your entire spiral. and then just go and connect all the nodes at the pieces. So you may have assumed that or remembered how to join nodes, but this is a review on that. And for those of you who are new to, I know we have at least one and probably more new people to Inkscape who haven't used it before. So that's how you can make your entire thing. And again, you can go back up then to view display mode and go back to normal, and everything is in its normal shape. Now I already have, I don't have the spiral there, I don't think. I'm going to take a copy. And when I made my final one, I made my spiral red. This spiral is wonky. I knew it wasn't right, and so I made a new one, and I think that's the document I tried to open this morning, and somehow it didn't get saved correctly, so that I had a really nice spiral. But I'm going to take this one, copy it, and let's see if I've got another one. Here we go. No, I do have my spiral here. I don't know what all the rest of this is. I wanted my, I'm going to actually delete the one. I've got two different size papers here. And I don't know if I can just, no, I can't just, I know I can get rid of it somehow. I think I have to go down and go to my, yeah, I have to go down below the um, magnifying glass, your zoom tool on the very bottom. Noticed I scrolled, I had to scroll up to get to the bottom of all my tools on the left side to get to my pages tool way down here at the bottom. Then I could select either one of them when I'm using that tool, and I can get rid of one of them. Because remember, you can have more than one page, and your pages can be whatever size you want to make them. And I had made this little square on the left so that it fit my heart. And the other piece I want is my, that I had in the document I was going to use, is here. I wanted my bird sketch on here. And if you can see this, it's actually a PDF. And I'm going to drag it in and drop it in my document. Remember, I get this import box and I just say, okay. Oh no, where's my sketch? That's what's wrong. It's this guy. He should be. You've seen my bird before. Maybe I have to, maybe I can't import it and use it. I've done it before and it worked. Pages all, click to media box. It's not coming in and I don't know why. Unless it's already, you know what? I think it's in here. I just don't know. And I didn't label everything. I wonder if I've got an eye that's closed somewhere. I've got way too many paths. This is what happens when you don't label things. I'm two. No image two, layer 5 copy. want my bird to come in there and I don't. I do have some eyes closed here. Did my bird come up? I wanted to show putting the circles on there, but it's not going to work for me tonight. And I think it's because it's in here someplace and I have no idea where. It should still come in again. And I don't know if I can find my um, SVG document. It took me a long time just to find that. Well, I'm not going to be able to do that tonight. But let's just take a look with the circles and the spiral. I'm just going to take one of my, oops, I got to go back up and get my, I've got all kinds of things in here. This is crazy tonight. You can see how my numbers are on a different layer altogether. They were to begin with. Well, I'm just going to zoom in on, I'm going to pull my, pull my circles and my spiral close to this one here. Oh, I bet I'm back in. Oh, that's why I couldn't see anything. All right. I've got everything right. I was in the wrong mode. I wasn't in display mode. Now I am in display mode. If I can just get everything so it's all showing up. Some things are under another. When this happens, like see how my heart's going under this piece of paper here? I'm gonna, nope, I didn't want to delete that. What I can do is if I have my heart selected, see how my heart is selected? If I right click, there should be an up and down. Okay, it's not there. I'm going to go object, raise to top. You can raise and lower. Besides having layers to the right, each page itself can have layers of items. So I've got one thing can be under or over another. And if that happens, you may have to raise, no, it's still going under that. Maybe it's because, oh, I guess it's going to stay there. But if you ever do have that happen, it could be because it's like you've got stacked layers on, and I'm using the word layers as like 1, 2, 3, 4, not the layers on your layers panel to the right here. So you can really have a lot of things all together, and that's why you want to label everything. And I didn't. I was working fast and not labeling. But what I really wanted to show you was when I was working, I found not only does the entire thing fit in a circle whose ratio is matched to the spiral. Now I got to figure out what I did with my. I'm not seeing my spiral anyplace. I've got normal mode, but I think I can still. I still had it on my clipboard so that I could put it in here. And this is really easier to see than if you're doing it to a paper. You can see a little bit how wonky my spiral is. But if I turn it right around, you can see that even though my spiral matches all the way up and going all the way over to right here. So this is a golden ratio spiral. I didn't even know it when I made it. Label it now that I found it. Yes, yes. I will get before I close the program down. I will get everything labeled. Um, and then the circle that came with this golden ratio that we made from the rectangles, this first spiral part matches it almost, and if I pull this over here, if this wasn't a wonky spiral, it would match there too. And then it just goes in for the heart. But I thought that was real. It was really fun to see that because I certainly didn't use the golden ratio or the circles to do it. But I'm going to bring the circles over now and use them for the bird. Out of there. My circle. Now my circles are going crazy. You know what? I bet they're. Oh, they must be on that. Okay, that's my bird image right there. Let me select my circles. See, my bird image, I've got to pull my bird image all the way down below. It's my layers that are the problem. So again, here we are troubleshooting. There we go. So what I've realized is my birdie is almost the circle. The whole circle. And I'm going to do with this what he did this morning or on the video. See how I came out with that. can pull down my little eye. Oh, my eye fits pretty good there. That's probably a closer match. Oops. Take this one. Is this my golden spiral? I believe it is. And because I don't need the whole thing, what I'm going to do again is pull off a chunk of it. What I can do too, besides copying and pasting just the way it is, I think, no, that selects the whole thing. I guess I have to get it. Select. I want to get away from that. Now I have two of them. Pull some of these small ones in. Maybe I need this next one down. Oh yeah. Can you see how that circle fits almost from here, the scoop out of the body? I'm going to rotate my how do I want this rotated around? I guess what I found is the I think I have to have it the other direction. Nope. But I pretty much have the spiral kind of going um, around like that. But what I do have, what I is if I take one of the circles, there's my circle for the top half and kind of for the bottom half. And this circle also, I think, works for this section of the head right here. But this is the way they use the circles, and I think I'm coming out, oh, look at that, the bottom of the wing. So really, all my pieces are quite a bit in proportion. And so if my bird didn't look right, and I did draw, um, I had a real sketchy sketch, and then I refined it some, and I refined it a third time. Um, if I hadn't done that just from my head, I could have used the circles. And then what you can do, I'm going to put this one here. And then when you get to a certain point, see if that one, That one fits pretty good around this whole big swoop, the bottom. So what I could do is I could go now to the third tool down. Remember, is your shape builder. And I think I need to have this. Uh-oh, my Inkscape crashed. This is not turning out to be a real good night. So, oh my gosh. I know now why. No, it's not that one. And I bet you I didn't do a save the whole time I was working. Let's see. I can see now why the guy had the picture of the squirrel and he had put some circles over it. So I know it can be done. And I've got my circles over the top of my heart. I've just got to work on my layers and where everything is because I think now that my um, layers are below each other. So say I did this. I guess that was my wing. So whatever pieces we had here, I know what, I didn't select everything. That's what I didn't do. I needed to select everything. Then I used and I think at the same time if I'd selected the sketch, then if you use the shape builder tool, you can see how I could have highlighted or removed, like this little square. If I wanted to remove that, I select it, oops, and I can delete each one. I've only used the tool once, and I think I'm not remembering what, I think I'm actually about ready. You're still learning. Well, good. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna, oh, do I want to save it? I'll save it. Okay. I'm going to have to do that totally over again, I think. Let me see what I have down here on my desktop. So I'm trying to think of what. Is there anything you'd want to go over again? I'll tell you what I was thinking is that, remember, um, the other thing that he did too was pull his circles over and rebuild it on the right side without the photo underneath it. But he did have a photo to show us the circles on top too. So if I was using the right things, you know, I would be able to get that to work. So are you talking, I guess this square should have gone there and I would have had a square in between or whatever I didn't do. And then I would have had a bigger square here. Um, it's too small for you to see and I'm mumbling, I'm sure. I'm almost wondering if that we should call it a class for tonight, unless you want to look at some things or do something. Anybody have an idea of anything they'd like to do? And you might think about the spiral tool, but remember the spiral tool um, gives us equidistant apart rings. So between each ring going out or in, it's the same amount of distance. Whereas when we were working with the golden rectangle, each distance got a little bit bigger by the 0.618 or 1.618 ratio. Well, I know one thing I was thinking of, and maybe, but I don't know since I haven't tried it for a while. I was thinking about taking the spiral and seeing if we can, let me get the other stuff off of here. Oh, okay. I'm wondering if we can do pattern along a path using this spiral. If I just pull out, oh, I have the circles on here, don't I? Where'd they go? Or am I not even on the same document with the circles? I'm going to make some circles here. I got two of them. I got two different size ones. I got a circle and an oval. And I'm going to, I think I have to group them, copy them, and then if I, no, I don't need to select them again. I'll put those off to the side. If I select my spiral and I go to, I don't know if I have my path tool up here. Multiple, oh, I know, I've got all these palettes still open from before. I have selected only one path. Single stretched. It looks like over on the right here, paste path, link to path and clipboard. It looks like this dialog box is a little different. I don't want, I want a repeated, I just want a repeated design. Oh, here now I got all four of them. Copy path, paste path. I want to say um, link to clipboard. I only got this one shape, and it's really interesting how it pasted. Look at this. If I wanted a spiral of split rings, although these are a little more oval than a split ring would be, I think, um, there would be a spiral of split rings. So it'd be fun to use the spiral for different things. I don't know if I had a teardrop shape. That's something for you guys to do. Experiment. Use your path, um, and you could use the whole big one. Although this is big, even on this. This might be a smaller piece of paper. No, it isn't a smaller piece of paper. Let me go to inches. I got to do my ruler in inches too. Oh, it's the 11. This made the whole size of a. That's because my whole That's right. I used my whole piece, I guess, not this just the end spiral. I used my entire golden spiral from the entire big rectangle we built. It's funny how it curved that last one, and I could take that one off. Another thing when it's selected, let's see if we go back to, I have the, when you have it selected, you still have your pattern long path open. Um, so I'm wondering on the width, if I take it down some, I can't see that it's doing anything. What if I make the spacing bigger? What if I put in 10? I always usually start with 10. Oh, look what it's doing. There it's spacing it out. I had to go all the way up to 8.50 and it's spacing it out. Now I could add in like something in between, maybe, I don't know what. But this is the type of thing to play around with and get used, just practice using the tools. Um, yeah, isn't that neat? And if we already had, if we knew and already had our, oh, I must have undone something, and already had where we wanted our picots to go, we could have had the picots on there too if we put them on the first one. So this is really something to play with. You know, we could copy the whole thing, paste it. Oops, I've got my node tool instead of my selection tool. And I've got the start of a really big design. Just think of the things I could do with this. And look at here. Um, what if we overlap them, make a Celtic design? This is the start for next week of a Celtic design. Although we would make it just by using the lines themselves with the numbers of the, um, what do I want to say? The numbers of the stitches rather than, but it'd be fun to have it design looking like this too. And, but we would actually, for the two spiral pieces, just use the single line themselves because remember diagramming. Um, Actually, no, we would have to have the split rings in there. We'd have to have the circle. Celtic split ring, yes. Yeah, because we use a straight line if it's just double stitches, but if it's a line of split rings, we have to have the split ring shape. But remember, we also have to have the, on the very first one we make, um, we would want to have the split chain. I wonder if I've got this on a real fine stroke. Go to Oh, let's see if I've got my view. Yep, outline mode. Oh, it's red. Can you see it? So you can probably, I don't know if you can see the red line instead of black. We'd have to have our little um, dash inside that shows the that it's a split ring. I should make that bigger and make it black. This makes me think I've got to work with my heart. This is what I'm thinking. The side hearts could be linked by their side. Oops, no, I don't have my heart in this document either. You can see it red? Okay. So there we go. We started, the new design started. Who knows where we can go with that? I was originally thinking of like flowers, having a big flower in the center there and having the stems come out below. Oh my gosh, I skewed it a little accidentally. And you can skew things too. We have do I have it up here? Yes. This is the transform palette. And you've got scale, and you've got rotate, and you've got skew. And I'm going to select the left one and see, I'm going to put the horizontal skew to be 30. See what it just did? Let me get my history up here. It went from these being lined up in front of each other to being off center, just like this one is that I accidentally did. New design with one click, yes. Yes, so remember the transform too. What if I put in 30 for the vertical skew and hit enter? Oh, you really can't see a difference there. What if I put in 60 for the horizontal? It's not changing a lot. It changed more when I just accidentally skewed my box. Now there's another, oh my God, another interesting. So anyway, yeah, this is playtime. So you have a lot of things to play with now. Okay, I'll try making the vertical even bigger. Maybe I'll make it 100. Oh, yeah, it's not doing, oh, we're changing by degrees. Huh, I wonder what turn means. Rotate by pixels. Or no, or what if I put 90 in? Somehow these are, I don't know, I'd have to just really, something for me to play around with and um, relative move, rotate, skew. I don't know what matrix is. I've never worked with a matrix before, but the skew can really be fun. All I did is skew my box a little sideways. It tipped it from. I'm doing Control Z. And each iteration, if you copy it and paste it off to the side, you can keep playing with the same thing and keep actually a whole artboard here, workspace. I don't know, maybe they call it the desktop. Doesn't matter. But you can collect them all around here and then take whichever ones you want onto your page if you're going to print them out. So there's even more to play with. I don't know about you guys, but I am starting to get a backache here sitting in my chair, and think maybe we'll just call it a night because we have a lot to play with and we tried some new things out. Um, there's so many things here I haven't played with that I don't even know exactly. Well, maybe I'll copy this one. I can't stop playing, even if maybe I should. But I can always put my little heat think pad on tonight. I'm thinking that maybe, do I still have my little small things down here that I started with? I don't see them. Well, maybe we ought to just play with this whole big thing because I'm thinking about selecting it and going to path. And instead of pattern along path, what can I do? Tile it. There, I just tiled it. You can do all different kinds of modes. Oh, mirror it. And it tells your columns. It's set for rows 3 and columns 3. That's all I got, 3 across and 3 down. So playing with this one is really can give you more interesting things. I'll copy that and paste it. Whoops, I'm getting all parts of things here. Oh, I got to do duplicates over here. Oh, maybe I'll just take one of those and see what I can do with. I'm going to put this off to the side because I know I have seen similar tatted edgings. Let's do lattice deform. I'm not seeing that. Well, I guess I haven't played with the rest of them enough to know what we can do, but we can just really come up with. No, I don't know what I did to get that. It's got to be something to do with repeated copies or something, but I like that too. Now that's really interesting. So we could just keep going on and on. Do you think you have enough ideas for tonight? Start playing around, see what you can get, and have fun. And next week we'll play around with colors because I did learn something new about making some like color um, patches. Label them so I don't. Yes, right now what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to save it. And I'm going to. One of the things that'll help me when I open it again is notice how, like right now, path 19.8 is selected. If I turn it off, close the eye. Oh, it's not that one that I have on. Is it all layer one? It's all layer one. Okay, so I'm on layer one, and all these paths, it was the path 19-8-6. And that's I don't know what I'm going to name each of these, but I can find them by looking here. And earlier today, I probably could have found my page if I'd thought about the highlight, that it highlights what you've got selected, the layers. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to really keep these and play with them and see what I can come up with. This is really interesting because I think you'd have to either go one direction and leave bare thread space and the other direction and bare thread space, which maybe you could come in and join to later, or I don't think you can get them to, I don't know if you can get them to go oval. You could probably get them to go oval by split rings. You'd start here and you'd go around there. Maybe they could be done just by the number you're putting in there. And if not, maybe each one could start out with a balanced double strip to get the flatter part of the oval, or a balanced double or a padded stitch somewhere in there. And then think if you carried a different color thread inside and you could alternate colors, BTS and lock join, yeah. Oh, a balanced TS, is that treble stitch? Or did you mean BDS for balanced double stitch? Balanced treble stitch? I don't remember what they use for is it STS for the treble stitch? And that's even more ideas. Who knows? Oh, you could do from the end of one ring to the next. Oh, bare thread space. Duh, I am tired tonight. I really had trouble sleeping last night. I didn't sleep a lot. I know I got less than 6 hours, and I'm an 8 to 9 hour sleeper normally. So I'm really interested in this. Would be really fun. I have got to start tatting. I'm not going to be able to stand having all these ideas in my head without, you know, doing it. Something, just a small little one, a small piece of one would be nice on a greeting card, and just for a little something special. And you could draw on your card or just add it to a pre printed card. Yeah, it is hard to remember especially all the abbreviations nowadays. So anyway, I am ready to call it a night. So I hope you've all enjoyed it. And maybe you'll have some time to play around this weekend or sometime. And I don't know which thing I'm going to want to play around with now. I really do want to finish my bird for this year. Birdies are for summer. We're still, it's been a really gray, it was real foggy this morning, and it's been gray and drippy all day. Little bits of rain off and on. You're welcome. grapevines and tips. Thanks, Katia. I'm so glad that everybody enjoys it. I do too. I just have so much fun that even when I'm tired, it's fun. And it's fun to be playing with something like this and come up with things that somebody else then sees. So you're not just sitting here enjoying the fun all by yourself. Um, so yeah, we'll start talking about color and think about taking some of these designs and using them for some really interesting Celtic designs. Combining those things together is going to be fun. And I have a new idea for colors, kind of like color swatches. Um, I have got years worth, and I'm one of those people who stuff things away and then doesn't clean them out. So when I got all my tatting stuff out, I have all these copies of the color sample leaflets from Handy Hands. And I'm going to start cutting them apart and putting together some color sample cards because I saw some online that were printed that you could buy. And it dawned on me we could use those, uh, the Handy Hands, to make our own. So we'll look at that next week too. And that's enough for tonight. So bye for now, everybody. And I will see you next week. Have a good one. Bye bye.